Agujevite from Fortín Mborore, which is the Guaraní community right outside Iguazú Falls. At this particular village, they want tourists to come in, they want people to see their way of life, to document it, and then present it back to the world. They're very, very spiritual people who depend completely on the natural world around them. Their spirits are in the nature, the water, the air, the leaves, the wind, all provide answers for the questions that they ask. They're a silent people, meaning that they might sit silently for 20 to 30 minutes at a time, just listening to the surrounding area and getting their answers that way, rather than speaking and saying the things that they'd like to do. Because they're a silent people, their actions do speak a lot louder than their words.
I thought it was really cool, and just walking around and seeing like all the snares and traps that they have, and you know the market and the performance of how they sing. It just seems so unified. It seems like such a community that's just really in touch with everyone around them and nature. It
was really, really enlightening to see kind of this tribal wisdom that a lot of us modern folk don't have anymore. Yesterday when we were at the falls, we talked a little bit about the power in nature and how we see that spirituality and that power from Mother Nature through something like Iguazú Falls. The Guaraní are not a nomadic people. They move in a migratory pattern from place to place over an extended period of time, but they relocate to the same locations after they've given the area enough time to regenerate.
Well, in Brazil, they're having a really hard time with, land ownership, because there are these ranchers that are taking over their land and kicking them out. And there are sugarcane plantations too that use up most of the land, and they rely a lot on indigenous workers and laborers.
Because of their kind of migratory nature and that they don't spend their entire lives in one place, they don't believe in land ownership. They believe that Mother Earth is for everyone to share equally and get the most out of. With modern times, one of the biggest problems that the Guaraní face is that landowners and ranchers are saying that this plot of land is mine.
There's one instance where a leader of the tribe came up to, I think it was a rancher, and to discuss about the land and how his people were feeling, and the rancher just killed him and brought his body back to the Guaraní people.
So that definitely scared the Guaraní of taking this political advocacy on again, because the first time ended so poorly. The weapons that they have are more bamboo spears, so against a landowner or a rancher shotgun, there's not really much that you could fight back with. They're peaceful people that live within nature and within communities of each other, and they don't really understand the private nature of this is my land and this is your land. So they're having a lot of difficulty figuring out their place amongst the modern world.
We want to make a public service announcement, and we're going to post it on YouTube so everybody can access it, well, anyone with internet. And so the focus of this would be to spread awareness about the Guaraní rights, and so people know exactly what's going on, and we'll give ideas of how to help.
The public service announcement has to ship. Okay, first it has to be short, under 3 minutes in length. The H is for it has to show people how to help. Okay, that's the goal of any public service announcement, to say, all right, I'm inspired, now what do I do? How can I be a part of this? The third is it has to be informative. And the last one, it has to be powerful. Okay, it has to catch people's attention, whether the images of nature do that, whether the voices of the people, whether the way of life speaks for itself, is what should be powerfully captured here by the kids with their iPhones or their cameras.
If you have a lot of passion and you really want to help, but you don't know how to, then there's sort of no point of having that passion unless you know exactly, what you're gonna do to help.
To appreciate and encourage them to speak on behalf of the Guaraní people who are silent and have trouble advocating for themselves. Bruce Lee said that knowing is not enough, we must apply. Bam!